Most people waste their Sundays scrolling. Here's how I do it differently. Also, it's 2025. Happy New Year. This is my first video within the new year, and I'm going to show you not only my Sunday reset, but the first Sunday reset of the new year. So let's get into it. I don't know about you, but every time I heard about a Sunday reset, I always thought it was really complicated, but it's really not. And I'm going to show you my Sunday reset, some things I do, some things that are must-dos, but this is the first one of the year, and I want to make it the best I can. I want to set my goals, my vision board, and just enjoy the first reset Sunday of 2025. So what is a reset Sunday? A reset Sunday is basically getting ready for your week ahead, except the only difference with this video is I'm resetting for my week coming, but I'm also going to do my yearly goals as well as my vision boards that I've already done. But enough rambling, let's just get into the video. So as you can see, my room is a complete pigsty, and I'm going to tidy it up because clean room, clean mind. I did say I was going to make my bed every single day, which I have been sticking to, but in saying that, it was hot last night, so I wanted my bed to air a little bit before I made it, so I'm going to make my bed now. So far I decided to move this to the side instead of the middle. Just added 2 perfumes and my crystal flower, which I got to put new batteries in, and my oil burner. This next one, I just got this like pile tray from my cupboard that had my perfumes on it, and I have everyday things I like to use. Well, mostly everyday things. My first ever Sabrina Carpenter perfume, and then I found this that you're supposed to use for your desk, but I put like makeup products and stuff in it that I like to use daily. And this one I got to fix up, but that's just how I left it for now. I just put my little mirror here, my other oil burner, and then my light over there. First up, let's talk about goals. Now, if you are anything like me, every time it is a new year and you're resetting for the new year, or you're just getting ready to just write down goals, whatever pops into your head, what anyone else says their goal is, you put it down and it's the same every year, but you never complete them because they're basically not catered towards you, for one, and two, you make them too difficult to actually achieve. And we don't want that, because once you don't achieve a goal, you feel worse about yourself, and we don't want that. We want to tick the goals off. Or you're the other side and you make goals way too easy knowing you're going to tick them off. That can be good sometimes, but not all the times. I'm going to go through my goals and discuss them a little bit. Might get you some ideas, might not get you some ideas. I'm going to put on the side here my Notion, and this is just my goals Notion template. What worked for me was my goals last year, and what do I think is going to work this year? Well, it became pretty simple. 1, I got to stop making them so easy or so difficult. 2, what are my desires? My goals have to aim with my vision boards. There's no point. Okay, I'm going to give you some truths here. There's no point of making a vision board if your goals and vision board don't match up. That's my personal opinion, but how can you put on a board or whatever things that you want your dream life to be like, what you want to achieve and everything, but your goals are completely different to that? It makes no sense to me. They have to be lining up with each other. Do you agree or do you not agree? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, I have them separated into a couple different categories. So let's get into it. I want to get into my social media categories first. I don't know what other way to put that, so we're just going to do that. Quick side note, if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my board. Anyway, first up, YouTube. So YouTube, as you can see, these are my YouTube goals. The first one being 1K subscribers. The best way to put this is right now, currently while filming this video, I have 63 subscribers. 1K is drastically different from that, but in saying that, I would be extremely happy with 100. Extremely happy. But also I know it could be a possibility to get 100 and over 100 by the time the year ends. So I'm trying to go a little bit extreme and go by 1,000. If I can get 1,000 within a year, goal complete, it's better than going, oh,
I'm gonna get to 100,000 by the time this year ends.
No, that's completely unrealistic, completely far-fetched. Like, it could happen, don't get me wrong, it could happen, but if I'm being realistic with myself, I think 1,000 is more achievable, I guess you could put it. Edit my YouTube videos better. This one is kind of not necessarily like YouTube based, because YouTube's YouTube, but editing my videos, you'll see, is across all 3 platforms that I'll be naming, and mainly it's because I personally feel like my videos are boring, and and I just post to post. I didn't think I was posting to post, but I really thought about it and watched my own videos and realized I was just posting. And if I can't watch my own videos, who else is going to watch it? I'm trying to get into the habit of editing them better, coming up with different ways of editing, experimenting until I find my unique style, if that makes any sense. Along with that, I want to learn the difference between editing my long form and my short form videos to make them engaging. And I watched a YouTuber that said, you gotta think, is it educational, inspiring, or I think she said funny, I'm not too sure, but those three things. And if you don't think your video is like that when you're watching it, then who else is going to think that? Who else is going to comment? Who else is going to save? Who else is going to like? Next one, I want to learn how to read my analytics. This one is, I know how to read my analytics in the sense of very, very, very basic level, but I don't know how to read it in the sense of knowing what I need to fix, knowing, oh, this is what I have to do to fix, or this is the videos that people want me to see. None of that makes no sense to me. So I actually want to educate myself on my analytics, especially Instagram analytics, because that's confusing. I want to buy a camera. So you'll see when I do my vision board, you'll see there's a particular type of camera I keep putting out there. I don't know why. It's always just resonated with me, I guess you could put. And I use my phone. And yes, my phone is more than enough to film these videos, more than enough. But I feel like once I get a camera, I'm actually a proper content creator. I can start going further. It's just, if you get it, you get it. Next up is finding a posting schedule that works for me. Now this one is very difficult for me in the sense of I'm autistic, I need routines. I'm also ADHD that cannot handle routines that well. Also got a whole bunch of other disabilities, but we won't get into that in this video. And it makes it very difficult to have a set routine on when to post, when to plan a video, when to edit a video, when to upload. I know people that I watch, my favorite content creators, they always say they have a certain day that they do a certain thing, but they also don't be so hard on themselves if they can't do it. And I'm trying to find a posting schedule so I know what day I have to post, what I have to do leading up to that date, instead of just willy-nilly doing it or saying I'm going to post a day, but then it doesn't work out, something goes wrong and I can't post that day, so I go downhill. And then after that is just check-ins. Check-ins is something I want to start for 2025. I've seen a content creator talk about check-ins, personal and also non-personal check-ins, weekly or monthly. Just have a check-in with yourself, see what's working, what isn't working, and I really want to see if that helps. These are my TikTok goals. I want to get 4K followers, but on the 4K follower journey, I really want to do a deep dive into my TikTok. At some point, I am focusing mostly on YouTube and Instagram a little bit. TikTok is the one I have the most amount of followers, but I also feel like it's the one I have to do the most amount of work. In saying that, yes, I have some good videos, but I found myself in a bit of a slump with TikTok, like comparing myself to others. Why isn't this working? Why isn't that working? Getting other people's advice, and they just skyrocket and I just stuck down the bottom. But in saying that, after taking a good hard look at my page, you know, what covers you see when you go on my page, how the video actually plays out, I have realized I have been making mistakes, so I want to change it, but I also want to spend time to change it to actually have a good quality video and not just quickly make a video and quickly post it. Within saying that, I want to post daily on TikTok, but at the same time, I'm not going to feel bad if I don't post daily. I'm trying to find out what works, because I hear people say you gotta post daily in order to grow, and also don't post daily, it won't help you. It's better to have a better quality video over posting daily constantly. So I want to do a test and see what works, what doesn't work. I really want to learn how to edit my short form content better, because the ones I watch, I love watching them, but I also don't know how to create the videos that I love watching but also love making, and making them worth watching, if that makes sense. Because looking back at my videos, a lot of them are just, well, honestly, I'm just gonna say it, a lot of them are boring. There's one that's quite good and actually got out of the TikTok 200 to 300 jail, and it was like 2000 or something like that, and it was pretty good, but I also can't work out what made that video good, if that makes sense. So that's something I want to experiment with, work out, try and figure out. Same thing as my other ones. All of them I want to have in check-ins. I already explained that one. Next up is Instagram. finally hit 200 followers. I'm aiming by the end of the year to hit 1,000. We'll see. Instagram, I love all the aesthetic things about Instagram, and usually when people say repurpose your content, what you have posted on TikTok, post it onto YouTube Shorts, post it onto Reels, like Instagram. English Sam, post them as Reels. But in saying that, I have noticed, yes, I repurposed a video. Yes, I had a video blowing up on TikTok, so I posted it on Instagram and it failed, flopped miserably. And I've come to realize Instagram, they really like the aesthetic of things. Like everything is almost perfect there. It's like the storybook of the internet. Like everything on there is perfect and aesthetically pleasing and nothing's wrong, if that makes any sense. Where YouTube and TikTok are not necessarily like that. They like when you mess up, they like the real you, where you can still be the real you on Instagram, just, you know, a perfect version, if you will. And I find my feed quite messy, and I don't want it messy. Like, I would love to have a feed like these, but I feel like it's messy, and I feel like I need to figure out a posting schedule, figuring out photos, and just work it out. The third one is post daily. Now, what I mean by post daily is I want to post daily, as in rather it's a post, it's a carousel, it's a reel, or a story. I want to be able to have something there. I also want to learn how to take photos properly, because right now it's not worthy of what I want it to be, because I have Snapchat filters on them, I have this on them, I have that on them. It's not really Instagram worthy, if that makes sense. I'll put a photo of them up here. This is my account. There's things I like, there's things I don't like, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna have to experiment. Next up, I just have some basic social media goals. So this goes for any of them. It's learning how to edit my content and keeping it engaged, especially the short form content. I really do struggle with short form content, especially being a rambler like I am right now. I want to have monthly check-ins with myself and weekly check-in with myself, personal and content related, so I can keep on top of things and go, oh wait, that isn't working, maybe I should try this instead, or what is working and how can I do better. I want to buy a camera and a tripod. What type of ones? I'm not sure. When can I get one? I'm not sure, but I do want to get them. And one of the tripods I want to get is, I'll put it on the screen here. It's basically a tripod, but for your phone. You put it on the back of your phone and you can have it 3 different modes, and it just seems so convenient. Next is my personal ones. So I've had quite a bad couple of years and I want to actually be gentle on myself. So now I'm at the point where I'm like, you know what? I want to achieve these things. I can achieve it. I can do this. So I'm going full steam ahead. But personal goal wise, I want to be gentle to myself. I want to listen to myself. I want to take better care of my health. The problems I have, I want to get them fixed. I want to actually take care of myself. I want to keep my room clean and make my bed every day. It may seem something so simple, but something simple as making your bed every day is a big achievement. And those of you that have had depression before or anything along those lines, you know sometimes getting out of bed is difficult. Sometimes making your bed is difficult. Sometimes just trying to wake up and do anything is difficult. So the fact that I can get out of bed and just make it and tick it off the list, and that's something I've achieved that day. And if I'm having a bad day and that's all I do, then that's all I do, and I'm proud of myself for that. I want to eat better. So within saying this, I want to eat better in the sense of I want to fix my gut health, and I want to stop the painful bloating. I want to actually look into it more, fix my health, fix my eating habits, and just be a better version of me from the inside first. This next one is read and complete a book. Why did I put it like this? I put it like this because I have full intention to read a book and finish it, but I always start a book and I never finish it. Sometimes I don't get halfway, sometimes I get just before halfway, but I never complete a book, and I just want to complete a book and tick it off my list. It is very difficult for me to stay focused in order to read a book, but I really want to get into reading. Speaking of that, I've started reading Atomic Habits. One, I've seen so many girls rave about Atomic Habits, saying they want to read Atomic Habits, saying to read Atomic Habits, saying they've read it and it's changed their life. and I always thought it was really stupid and lame that they're talking about books that way, but I haven't read much at all, like not much at all. But what I have read has changed certain things and the certain ways I'm starting to think about things, and it's actually given me motivation and making me feel better about myself. And I'm actually writing about the book, writing in my little notepad about things and thoughts I have of what I've read that day, and it's been helping, and it actually helps me start a habit. Instead of going on my phone before bed, I'll sit down and I'll read a couple pages. Even if it's just a page, I am happy that I was able to focus enough to read a page. But you'll see later on, I have plans to read this book again. I'm loving it so far. I've been reading it every single night before bed. It's actually helping me sleep as well, so highly recommend. I want to check in with myself. Are you okay? What do you need? Is there something you need to change? Is there something you need to get off your chest? Write it all down. Big journal session. What's helping, what isn't helping, that type of thing. I also have a little section of like want and buy goals, and what I mean by this is there are big things I want to buy this year at some point, but I currently don't have the funds to do that, and what I want to save up for this year. So I just have the 2024 version of the pink iMac. So the iMac in pink, the real pink, the pink, I want to get that one. The 2022, I think it's the 2024 version. I want to get that one. I want to get a camera. I also want to get a desk / vanity so I can actually sit down and do my makeup. I can actually sit down and work. I don't have to stand here and look in my mirror and do my makeup, and I also don't have to sit on my bed and edit or journal or anything. I can separate my bed for just sleep and not doing journaling, that type of thing. Wanting to do that, even if it's a basic one right now, is something I want to achieve. Like, there is my dream bedroom and dream vanity / desk that I have in mind, but I will not be able to do that yet because I don't have the space for that. Next up, I want to try quarter goals, splitting my goals into quarters and trying to achieve them that way. This is new to me. It's going to be a test one for quarter one, and I'll put on a screen of what I'm thinking, but I'm not going to go too much in detail with it because I've been rambling for way too long anyway, and I got to get to the next part of this video before it turns into an hour or 2 hour long video. So let's get to the next part. What's the next part, you ask? The next part is vision boards. What are vision boards? Vision boards is your dream life that you want to achieve, things you want to accomplish, basically goals, but in the form of pretty photos that just inspire you and remind you to keep on pushing, keep going, we'll get this. So I'm gonna flip this camera around. I'm going to talk a little bit about these vision boards, why I did the vision boards this way, and we'll go from there. So there's 3 separate ones, no separate categories or anything, but we'll go one by one, starting from this side all the way down. So the first one we have is this one. So I've got a little bit of a content ones on here, and this one has a lot of 100k, as I know I'm not going to achieve this year, but it's the goal to eventually hit this. I hope that makes sense. Editing kind of aesthetic, I took it as I have Lauren on here, I have good energy, I have a lot of quotes like upgrading my entire life this year, I deserve everything, some angel numbers, everything works out for me, 2025, the year I become my best self, Lauren again, pink hair, I have your past self is so proud of where you are now, I respect myself, my values and my boundaries. I really needed that reminder. I usually go out the window. I have my dream car that I have always wanted since I've ever seen them come out. I have clear skin, shiny hair, fit body, healthy mind. Moving on to this one, I just have 2025 in the middle. This one has a lot of quotes. I changed my channel to 10k subscribers as little motivation, as I can achieve that, I can do that. Pink hair again, room inspiration, editing inspiration, many quotes. The YouTube plaque, this one I really resonated with, working on my dream life, romanticizing every detail of your life. This one I have purely to remind me to not be so anxious and so worked up with my anxiety, hinting why I got this one and this one, to just live life. A 10k cake, because I would love to achieve a 10k cake. You are stronger than your anxiety, a very good reminder. I suffer really badly with my anxiety. Content creator, make it happen girl, shock everyone, because no one believes I can do this and I want to prove them wrong. I deserve what I want. Hey, don't stress over the things you can't control, because I really got to remember, you can't control everything, but you can control what you think, how you react. so I'm trying to remember that. This one I wasn't sure on how it was going to come up, but it came up pretty dang good and I'm really happy with it. This one I just like because I take it as content creator kind of aesthetic. I'd love to take photos like this. Skincare, you know, taking care of your body in and out. More YouTube aesthetic. So I really want these Uggs with the pink bows. They are adorable. I really want a pair of Uggs. This is my dream bedroom. I would love to have a room like this. A couple changes I would have, but I love this. The camera, editing. I would love to take photos like this and like this. Some YouTube aesthetic. A lot of quotes. I really like this. I really like this quote that says, "Don't waste your angel energy on toxic people." A lot of like 1K content creator. I have quite a few like Instagram aesthetic type of looks, so that's not what I'm aiming for, but I like how it's looking. And yes, I realized when it was too late that they're the same. More like stories where they do like 4 different separates, but it works. I really like that. Reminder to actually work out in the sense of taking care of my health, taking care of my mind. Just another camera, more quotes. There's heaps and heaps of quotes. Yeah, they're my vision boards. I also have one on my phone, but I'm currently filming right now. I have one on my phone that I look at every day. I look at these every day. I just wanted to add a little reminder. It doesn't matter what anyone else has achieved, what anyone else says they're going to achieve, or anything like that. What matters is that you believe in yourself, you believe in you can do it, and you're doing whatever you can to achieve it. Rather than make vision boards or goals or setting little tiny tasks for you to achieve certain things. Like the only task I had for today is film the talking bits of this video, and as well I want to start the editing process, as in the rough cuts. One of the biggest things that I've learned is you don't need to constantly think that it has to be perfect. You don't need to constantly think you have to finish something the same day you started it, because that's my biggest thing. Anyway, now that my room is nice and clean, I think I'm going to have my everything shower. If you want to know what I do for my everything shower, that video will be coming soon, so make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell for when I post. Anyway, let's get into the everything shower. Do a nice face mask, cozy up to a book. I also got to cook dinner, so let's just get into it. I also want to show you what my room looks like once it's dark and I turn all the lights on, because it is my favorite part about my room so far. Someone's been very itchy, and someone has been very itchy, haven't we? Yes, Baba. Anyway, it's time to feed him and then go and have a shower and then go and cook some dinner. I would like to mention I don't do this every Sunday, apart from I do like to do a mask, rather a hair mask, a face mask, an eye mask, whatever. I like to do a mask. I like to have a check-in with myself, really think. I like to plan what I have to do that week, but also trying to remember that just because it's written down I need to do it doesn't mean I have to do it.